If you clicked on this video, it's probably because, consciously or not, you're tired of chasing something that always seems out of reach. A dream job, a perfect relationship, social validation, an ideal life. In this video, we're going to explore why you always want what you can't have, and more importantly, what modern psychology and ancient Stoic philosophy have to say about it. You'll discover how this pattern isn't a personal flaw, but a universal trap, and how understanding it can free you from the endless cycle of frustration and craving. For much of my life, I believed that peace was just one achievement away. That when I got that one thing, the next goal, relationship, approval, then I'd finally feel okay. I wasn't lazy. I wasn't giving up. I was chasing everything. And the more I chased, the more empty I felt. Even when I did get what I wanted, the satisfaction never lasted. The sense of fulfillment would fade, and soon I was craving something else again. It was like drinking salt water. The more I consumed, the thirstier I became. Psychology has a term for this: the scarcity effect. When something is hard to obtain, we automatically assign it more value. We convince ourselves that the unattainable is more desirable, and that once we have it, everything will fall into place. But here's the trap. The value isn't always real. It's perceived. We don't fall in love with the thing itself. We fall in love with the idea of what it promises to fix in us. Thousands of years ago, the Stoics were already warning us about this. Epictetus said, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about those things." In other words, it's not the absence of something that hurts, it's the belief that you need it to be whole. That belief is the real source of suffering. We live in a culture that constantly tells us we're not enough, that we're missing something, that our lives would finally be complete if we had more money, more beauty, more success, more attention. Social media amplifies this. Algorithms push content that makes us compare and compete. We start to think that someone else's life is the standard, and anything less means we're failing. But Stoicism and psychology teach us the opposite. They say your worth is not based on what you lack. Your peace is not found in what you might someday gain. The philosopher Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could begin to live right now. Stop waiting for something else to complete you." And this is where the breakthrough happens, because when you understand that wanting what you can't have is not a flaw, but a trick of the mind, you begin to wake up. You stop chasing. You start seeing clearly. In positive psychology, there's a concept called hedonic adaptation. It means that no matter what you achieve, your brain will quickly return to its baseline level of satisfaction. That promotion, that vacation, that person you chased for months, the joy they bring fades quickly, and you start the cycle over again. This is the danger of externalizing your peace. You build your inner world around things that can disappear, disappoint, or reject you. So how do you break free? The Stoics give us a tool called the dichotomy of control. Ask yourself, what truly depends on me? Do I control how others feel about me? Do I control whether life gives me what I want? No, but I do control how I think, how I act, and how I respond. And that's enough to change everything. Real freedom is not needing something in order to act with dignity. Real strength is being able to desire without attachment. The Stoics didn't say you should never want anything. They said want with reason. Don't let your desires enslave you. Psychology reinforces this idea. When your motivation comes from within, from your values, your purpose, your inner alignment, your actions are more resilient. You stop being pulled around by what's popular or trending. You start living on your own terms. And that's the real difference. Are you moving toward your goals because they reflect your values, or because you think they'll finally feel enough? Wanting what you can't have is often a sign of disconnection, a sign that your mind is focused on fantasy, not reality, a sign that you've forgotten your own power. You don't need to suppress your desires, but you do need to examine them. Where are they coming from? What do they cost you? And who do you become when you believe you need them? The truth is, sometimes what you think you want is not what you really need. And sometimes not getting what you want is the greatest gift, because it forces you to look inward, to face your illusions, to find peace not in the next thing, but in the clarity of this moment. Maybe the person who doesn't want you is showing you where you still seek external validation. Maybe the opportunity that fell through is teaching you that your identity isn't tied to success. Maybe the frustration you feel is actually a message. It's time to stop chasing and start choosing. Choosing to return to yourself, to your breath, to your values, to your clarity. That's what both Stoicism and psychology offer. A return to the present, a return to what is within your control, a reminder that you are not broken, you were just distracted. And when you remember this, something incredible happens. You start to live, not in fantasy, not in craving, but in grounded, intentional presence. So if this message resonated with you, subscribe to the channel. Here, we don't sell you illusions. We share clarity, philosophy, and psychological truth. Not for likes, but for transformation. Because you don't need to be more. You just need to remember what you already are.